Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another episode of Out of the Park Baseball 23 with the Washington Nationals. So it is September 1st. We are 81 and 58. We basically have the division in the bag, but it wasn't a particularly good August. It wasn't a good August at all. We were 12 and 15. Yeah, it wasn't a very good month. Very up and down. You can see we lost win three in a row, lose four in a row, lose three in a row, win four in a row, win two, lose one. It wasn't. It was very up and down, mostly down, more so than up. And that's just kind of the way things have gone. We did start to get some people back from injury, though. We got Bradley Lofton back, which is nice. We picked him up in July. He made one start, got hurt in that start, was out for a month. He is now back. Making his first start today, actually. Offensively, things still look pretty good. We're second in the National League in runs for, fourth in runs against. Just some really solid numbers across the board. Offensively and even pitching wise, Burns and Baz have been outstanding this year. Joey Estes, he just performs. Like, his ratings aren't great, but last year he didn't give up a run in 18 innings for us. This year he's made 6 starts. He's got a 1.36 ERA plus. So he just performs. So and then our bullpen has been fine. Some of the players haven't been particularly. We moved Munoz out of the closer role because he hasn't been particularly good. So we moved Charles into the closer role, kind of swapped some things around a little bit. Moved Chase Shores into a bullpen role. I think he'll be pretty successful there with the stamina the way it is. Same thing with Neebe. The stamina's low. Move him into a reliever role, see how he does. So Jansen, Lofton, Estes are in. Neebe, Munoz, or Neebe and Shores are out. And we'll just sort of see how that goes. But yeah, offensively, things look pretty good. We have 5 players who are already 3 wins or more with Robert at 2.9. So we're going to end up with 6 players with at least 3 WAR. We could end up with, if Villalobos, Cruz have good months, we could literally end up with 5 players that were worth more than 4 wins on offense. So really good season for us. We got a month left to go. We're at roster expansion. We called up a couple people. I called up Mohampton Jr. He's going to replace Crow Armstrong next year. We're not going to be bringing him back. And then we also called up, did we call up a pitcher? No, I think we called up Vera. Yeah, we called up Vera and Mohampton. So just to give us another bat, as I like Arrow Vera's bat. Very patient, good eye. He's not getting it for a ton of power, but should hit for a reasonable level of contact. So let's get going. We got a couple of games at home against Philadelphia, and then 3 are on the road, I should say, and then we lose right away. So not a great start to the month. Designated for assignment, Cantillo. Oh, right. I sent Joey Cantillo down because he hasn't been particularly good, and he cleared waivers, so that's good. All right, let's keep going. We need a win here. We're playing a bad team in Philadelphia, and I think they beat us 3 in a row now. Zach Eflin, 4-13 with a 5.40 ERA. And we score 1 run against him. Okay. At least we're at home now. At home for the next 7. An 11-5 win. We are much better at home than we are on the road, but still. Romo 2 for 3, 3 RBIs. Mullinax with a couple runs knocked in. Baz gives up 5 and 4 2/3, but our bullpen, it does their job. Game 2. Yuck, 1-3 this month. So we are continuing to play bad baseball. We went 12-15 last month. We are 2-3 so far this month. Abrams 2 hits, 2 RBIs. Crane with his 42nd home run. Miles Jansen continues to pitch well. Yeah, he's another one. We moved him into the starting rotation, and look at his last 5 starts: 7, 6 2/3, 7 1/3, 7 2/3, 8. He is pitching deep into games. So we've got 4 against St. Louis now. We're 10 games up. I don't. Where are we in terms of best record in the league? 83 and 61. So we have the second best record in the National League behind the Padres, and that's with really being under 500 for over a month now. So hopefully we can get a decent series against St. Louis here and kind of get things back on track. Nope, win-loss, win-loss, win-loss so far. So 2-4 this month, 2-5 this month. We are falling apart at the end of the season. 2-6. This is unbelievable. We're 2-7 this month. We are 14-22 in our last 36 games, and our lead is down to 8. I don't know what to do because it's the same team that we had at the beginning of the season. Hey, we finally win one. It's the same team we had at the beginning of the season. They're just not performing now. Dylan Cruz hits his 40th home run of the year. Jansen again goes 8. We need something here down. I mean, I think we have the division. There's only like 15 games left or something, but you don't want to go into the playoffs with 2 straight losing months, right? So Crane 2 for 3 with 3 RBIs. Susak has 3 hits. Lofton goes 6 shutout. Now we've won 2 in a row now. I mean, that's something. It's not much, but it's something. Win 3 in a row. That's a little bit better. So we win in 14. Romo 2 for 5 with 4 RBIs. Crane has 3 hits. This is what I was hoping for. 265 batting average. Crane with that batting average is an incredibly valuable player. 45 home runs, 90 knocked in. Corbin Burns goes 6. Bullpen pitches 8 shutout innings. So have we won the division yet? We haven't. Leads 8.5. Atlanta keeps winning. We don't have any games left against Atlanta, so unless we literally fall apart over the last 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, we have an 8.5 game lead with 11 left. So, I mean, the division should be ours with a couple of victories. So there's 4 in a row. Back on track here a little bit. Mullinax with a hit and 3 RBIs. Romo 2 more hits. Baz pitches 5 shutout. 4 straight wins. We lose. And we win. Okay, are we back to 500 this month? 7-8. 19 and 23 over the last 42 games. It's not great. It's not great. Lewis 2 for 4, 2 RBIs. Yeah, I have a really difficult decision to make with Royce Lewis because his ratings suggest he should not have an 800 OPS and a 113 OPS plus, but he's still very, very good defensively. And if we keep him, so we got a team option this year, our team option next year, team option the year after that. If we keep him, it buys us 1 more year for Barclay, who's not close to ready. So yeah, I don't know. All right, so 8-game lead with 8 left. So 4, 5, 6, 8-game lead with 8 left. So we should win the division if we win this first game over Philadelphia. We should, if my math is correct. We'll take a look. So we've won 5 out of 6. 6 out of 7 now. Lewis with 2 more RBIs. Romo goes 4 for 4 with 4 runs scored. So McDaniel, since we moved him into the starting lineup, has been hitting pretty well, I think. Look at his splits. So basically July, hit 326 in August, 317 in September. No power this month, but that average up over 300 since we made him the starting left fielder. So perfect. Cruz over 100 RBIs. Davis Crane, 47 home runs, 92 runs knocked in. Burns hasn't had a win in like a month, but he's still 12-3, 4.4 WAR. So that should have been the division, right? It wasn't. Why was it not the division? What am I missing? We have a magic number of 1 now. Okay. We must have more games. 1, 2, 3, 4. We only have 7 games. We have an 8-game lead with 7 left. I don't understand how we haven't won the division. I don't understand how we haven't won the division. First game against the Mets. Oh, come on. Just do it already. Here's a 2-0 win. That should now be the division. Lofton's been fantastic. Look at that. 6 starts, 16 hits in 28 innings. He has been outstanding. 2 hits and an RBI for Abrams, and that now should be the division, yes? All right, so we have a 7-game lead. We're 90 and 68. Where are we going to stand in terms of the actual National League? So San Diego is going to finish with the best record in the National League. They're a 100-win team. We should end up, we still have some work to do to finish with that number 2 spot, so we don't have to play in the wild card round. So some wins here would be beneficial in the last 4. We don't get a win there. I want to keep an eye on the Cubs. So they're 88 and 71. We're 90 and 69. So we have a 2-game lead over the Cubs with 3 games left. So we can take 2 out of 3 from Austin. That should clinch the number 2 spot for us, which means we don't have to play in the wild card round. I think. Is that how it works? I can't remember. I guess we'll see in 3 games. 12-1 win. That's big. Tell me we had an injury. Of course we did. Of course we had an injury right before the playoffs. Shane Baz, 6 shutout innings. Villalobos, McDaniel, and Mo Hampton hit a home run. Of course we have an injury right before the postseason. Why wouldn't we? And we lose the guy that would replace him. This game, man. This game. All right, well, we'll make do. Cruz hits his 41st home run. Crane hits his 49th. Joey Estes picks up the win and the final game of the regular season. Hopefully the injury to Mullinax isn't terrible. This game, man. All right, so what do we do? There's nothing we can do. It's going to be Mo Hampton is going to be our starting right fielder. Defensively, it's fine. He's good enough defensively to get it done, but we're going to be missing that bat. So the last game of the year is a 9-2 win. So we finished the season on a high note. We don't finish with a better record than last year, which I think is shocking considering where we started this season. Crane does hit his 50th, 50 home runs, 96 runs knocked in. Cruz finishes with 41 and 108. Villalobos finishes with 35 home runs his first season with us. Miles Jansen continues to pitch well. And that's the end of the regular season. So we finished 93 and 69. Not our best record, but when we make playoffs, and we have to set our roster. So we got to make sure Mo Hampton is on said roster so that we have people to play the position. All right, he is on the roster. Is there anybody that's not on the roster that should be? Cavalli's rehabbing. He's not gonna play. It looks like everybody we need there is there. All right. So Mo Hampton's gonna come in and he's gonna play right field, I guess. And we're just gonna move everybody around. Mo Hampton's gonna come in, he's gonna play right field. We're gonna move everybody around. So we'll just do it like that. Starter tired. Never. We're going to change all this because this is my starting lineup. This is who I want playing. There are enough off days in the postseason that nobody should get too fatigued. So we'll go ahead and set all this. So offensively, we ended up with Romo at 6 WAR. And he's tired, but he gets a couple of days off. Romo at 6 WAR, Royce Lewis 4.7, CJ Abrams 3.8, Villalobos 3.3 in his first season. Only hit 229. He did not have a good end of the season. 2.8 out of Cruz. He's another one who went backwards. Robert at 2.7. He went backwards. So that's a little shocking. So we ended up with 4 players over 4 WAR and then 3 more over 2. And then our backup catcher was good for 1.8 WAR, McDaniel at 0.9. All in all, not terrible. Good offensive season. Nicky Lopez was bad. But we have in-house replacement for him. Offensively, I think we were fine. I mean, losing Mullinax is going to hurt for the postseason, so we'll see how the team adjusts to that. From a pitching perspective, Corbin Burns, 3.9 WAR, Baz 3.7, 24 wins between the two of them. Our leader in wins was Garrett Hill, 13 wins and 63 appearances. Yeah, a lot of good performances from the pitching staff. Bradley Lofton was fantastic, and he's young, 25 years old, ground ball pitcher. I think we got ourselves a stud there. Really happy with that pickup. Yeah, so our rotation for the postseason, I think, is this. Burns, Baz, Lofton, Jansen. As crazy as that sounds. Long relief, middle relief. As crazy as that sounds, I think this is my... let's drop him down to there. Garrett Hill we'll use more often because, I mean, frankly, he's been good. So, yeah, so Burns, Baz, Lofton, and Jansen will be our rotation. And who are we going to be playing? Playoff tree. Yeah, okay, good. So we do get that first round bye. It's going to be either Arizona or the Cubs. So let's go ahead and sim ahead. Cavalli. Great. Like, I don't know what you want me to tell you. He's... Like, how do I do this? I guess I can just do something like this. Where is he? Yeah, do something like that. Rule, setup, high leverage. Yeah, and then I'm short one because I don't have... what pitcher can we... Oh, why did it take Shores out? Not that I don't need 14 pitchers, though. That's the thing. In the postseason, I don't need that many pitchers. So is there another bat? Not really. I guess we'll just go with 14 pitchers. All right, let's go to the next playoff round. He is on the active roster. I guess I got to put him there. There, fine. Now he's on the active roster. All right, let's see who we're going to be playing. Arizona or the Cubs. I am recording, right? I am recording and there is audio. Okay. I've recorded videos in the past where, for some reason, OBS didn't have the right input. So it would like record from my laptop, even though I was hooked up to my mic. So, yeah, I'm not really... I've made those mistakes in the past. So it looks like we're going to be playing the Diamondbacks. All right, let's take a look at the Arizona Diamondbacks, shall we? 89 and 74 teams from the NL West made the postseason. That is nuts. So the Diamondbacks finished with the 4th best offense, 9th best pitching staff. Hunter Bishop, 41 home runs. Tristan Cassis, 37 and 100, but not a great lineup. Nate Savino is their best pitcher. He's out. Nick Brown's pretty good. Gavin Stone is meh. Yeah, they don't have a great... I mean, their pitching staff is not great. Pitching staff is not great. They've got some talent offensively. How did they get... Oh, they signed him as a free agent. Oh, he had a good year for them. Good for him. But yeah, I mean, it's beatable. The team is beatable. The team is beatable. This is somebody I'm looking at in the offseason, Jordan Lawler. If I can get Lawler and then slide Abrams over to second, I mean, it's just elite. So we'll see. I don't know how much he's going to be asking for in free agency. Like right now he wants 23, and we have... How much do we have? He wants 23. Right now, we have 36, but that doesn't include CJ Abrams. And he now wants 9 years. I mean, I'm not, like, I'm okay with the dollar amount. Like, I would rather make this 25. Would he do that? He wouldn't, but the amount is coming down. So can we go to 6? Drop $1 million. Like that? Okay, so he would do this. This would take him to his age 34 season. What's that total? No, I don't want the no trade clause. 6 years, $143 million with no trade clause. I think I'm okay with that. I mean, the thing is, he was below average offensively. I mean, we'll see. I mean, the contract is out there now. The contract is out there now, so we'll just sort of have to wait and see. All right, so let's go ahead and you know what, guys? Hang on a second. I gotta take a look at something real quick. I'll be right back. All right, we're back. Yeah, so we'll see how it goes with CJ Abrams. It's a dangerous contract given his fragility, but I mean, if he puts up 4 WAR, he's worth it. And it's that simple. So Gavin Stone versus Corbin Burnes at home. Game 1 goes to the Diamondbacks. Because of course it does. Because of course we're going to lose in the first round again. All right. So best out of 5. They took home field from us. And we got to win game 2 here at home. We do. 2-0. Shane Baz pitches 5, shutout. Villalobos with a home run. Crane goes 3 for 3. So now we got to win a game in Arizona in order to win this round. Bradley Lofton against Alcala in game 3. Here we go against Kyle Bradish. Goes to the Diamondbacks. We lose. We're going to lose in the first round again. We're going to lose in the first round again, and I'm going to throw my computer out the window. And, oh, yeah, he'll often get knocked out in the first inning, because of course he does. He put up an ERA of 2 in the second half with us, and he was knocked out in the first round, because of course he does. So our season is going to lie on the shoulders of Miles Jansen, which means we're going to lose the first round of the playoffs again. Oh, we win. Look at that, 6-4. So at least we force a game 5. Cruz, look at all the home runs. We've hit 7 home runs so far. Cruz with 2 home runs in this one. Jansen 5 1/3. So our season comes down to Corbin Burnes. And we pay Corbin Burnes a whole lot of money to win baseball games like this. So you got to keep our fingers crossed here. So yeah, we pay Corbin Burnes a whole lot of money to win baseball games for us. He's got a home game here in game 5. For a chance to go to the league championship series against the Padres. We need him to win this game. If we don't win this game, I'm going to fire him. Not really, but we'll see what happens. And we win. We win 7-2. We come back from a 2-1 series deficit. Luis Robert, 2 for 3, 4 RBIs. Had 7 RBIs in the series. Villalobos, 368. Burnes goes 6 1/3, redeeming himself, striking out 10. We got to make a change to Kerr. To Kerr. He is out. Lofton is out. All right. So we're taking on San Diego. We're definitely the underdogs here, so maybe we have that going for us. You know, Out of the Park Baseball loves its wild cards and its underdogs. So we're taking on a 100-win Padres team. They are our nemesis. All right. So there's no way he's signing without a no-trade clause. Well, and I don't know if you're signing with us. I mean, that's the reality. Because I'm not comfortable giving you a no-trade clause given your age and your... All right. let's look at him. And this isn't something I really wanted to spend a lot of time on doing during the playoffs, but he's been with us for essentially 2 full seasons, right? He played half a season with us after coming over in trade, played 100 games last year, 140 this year. So that's 149 last year, 143 this year. He has been worth 8.8 WAR in 2 seasons. He's one of the best defensive shortstops in the league, especially if we aren't able to look at someone like Lawler. Like, if Lawler is available in the offseason, he's probably a better option. I don't know that he's going to be available, though. So let's get back to this. So if you want the no trade clause, then I want this contract the way I want this contract. Like, I don't know how else to explain it. He's back up to 8 years. So if we do 6 and I do 20, we just do use for all and then go 21, 22, 23, 25, and 21. Nope. All right. So we may not sign CJ Abrams. I don't know. Like, I would love to bring him back, but I'm not going to hamstring myself. We already have a contract that we're not going to be able to move here in Luis Robert for the next 4 years. I mean, he's playing, again, Robert's playing well, but I don't know. I mean, you can already see that there's been a decline. Average down, OPS is down, slugging down, OPS down almost 100 points, OPS plus down a quarter, or 20% rather. He's down 1.5 WAR. So that contract's going to age poorly. And if I'm stuck with a bad Luis Robert and an aging CJ Abrams who can't stay healthy, that's a problem. So we may just sort of have to see how it goes. We may have to just wait and see. San Diego, 100 wins, 104 wins. None of the players that we traded them are still on the team. Yeah. Soto's gone. Jerstad is gone. They have the second best offense, and they're first in runs against. They have the best bullpen in the league, led by Camilo Doval. Their offense is pretty good. It's not elite. I mean, second in run scored. I mean, they're very, very good. Don't get me wrong. They had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 players with more than 20 home runs. It's going to be an interesting series. I don't suspect that we're going to win. But again, being the underdog, who really knows? So let's see. Game 1, Shane Baz against Adrian Morejon in San Diego goes to the Nationals. We win 5-4. We scored 2 runs in the top of the 9th inning. Vera comes in as a pinch hitter for Royce Lewis, goes 2 for 2 with 2 RBIs. Abrams 2 hits. Cruz with a 2-run homer. Romo and Crane each have hits. Baz goes 5 1/3, gives up 3. Veras gets the win. All right, game 1 goes to the Nats. Game 2, Bradley Lofton against Jesus Gonzalez, who I believe is one of the best pitchers in the league. Oh, he's not. He was. I wonder if his ratings dropped. Did he have a ratings drop? Not really. I'm going to save. Just want to make sure the game doesn't crash. So Lofton against Gonzalez on the road. We've already taken the home field advantage away from San Diego. We'll see what happens here in game 2. Lofton against Gonzalez. Series is tied at 1. We lose 3-1. 2 runs in the 8th. Lofton pitches well. Kerr comes in, gives up a run. All right, so we take 1 out of 2 in San Diego. As good as can be expected. Michael Baez against Miles Jansen in game 3. At least we have the game 4 pitching matchup with Burns. Let's see what happens here. We take a 2-1 series lead with a 7-0 blanking of the Padres. 2 in the 2nd, 5 in the 8th at home. Mo Hampton Jr. drives in a couple. Lewis drives in a couple. Villalobos has 3 hits. Miles Jansen is a rock. 8 1/3 shutout innings of ball. We go to game 4 in Washington with Corbin Burns on the mound against Dane Dunning. We take a 3-1 series lead with a 9-2 thumping of the Padres. So we're 1 win away from the World Series. Villalobos, a double and a home run, drives in 3. Crane drives in 2. McDaniel drives in 2. Burns goes 6, giving up 1 run. And a win tomorrow will give us our first World Series berth. It's going to be against either the Mariners or the White Sox. We got Shane Baz on the mound against Adrian Morejon with a chance to go to the World Series, and we do. We make the World Series. We beat the 100-win San Diego Padres by the score of 10-7. It wasn't that close. We were up 10-4 going into the 9th. They scored 3. Romo has 3 hits, 3 RBIs. Cruz, 3 for 5 with 3 RBIs. He hits his 4th home run of the postseason. McDaniel hits his 2nd. Robert and Abrams each do really well. Baz doesn't pitch well. Hill gets knocked around, but Charles and Munoz get it done. And he's pitching so well, or he's playing so well that, like, I want to... What about something like this? Like 22. Nope. He wants 8. I can't give him 7 years. I don't want to be paying him until he's 36 or whatever. All right, so it's going to be the Mariners or the White Sox in the World Series taking on the Nationals. Carl Armstrong eligible to come off the deal. That's actually huge because that gives us an opportunity to, let's look at this. We don't need all these pitchers. That's the wrong playoff roster. That's not us. This is us. All right, so Kerr, we're going to take Kerr off because he's just hurt. And yeah, I don't know when he's going to play again. Crow Armstrong's going to come in and play right field. Crow Armstrong's going to come in. Actually, we'll leave Hampton in against lefties. I think that makes sense. Do we know who we're playing yet? I don't think we do. Seattle. The Seattle Mariners and the Washington Nationals in the World Series. They went 162, so we're going to have to go through 2 100-win teams in order to do this. Third best offense and just an unreal pitching staff headed by Ryan Vanderhee, who is an absolute monster, 18-8 with a 3.74 ERA, and he's a free agent after this season. Just absolutely crazy, crazy good. Jose Quijada is their big closer. They got Dennis Koleron, who is a reliever for the postseason, who put up 2.3 WAR in the starting rotation. Noelvi Marte, 34 home runs. Julio Rodriguez, 276. Drew Jones was traded by Austin, or Miami, as it were. I think they were Austin at the time. Drew Jones and Andrew Nardi for Fabio Peralta. Peralta's worked out well for Austin, but I don't know I would have made that deal, especially given how good defensively Drew Jones is. Anyway, Adam Macko, 19-game. It's going to be a tough series. It's going to be a tough series against a very tough team. Let's look at our pitching staff. Is Burns is fine, so we're going to go with Corbin Burns in game 1. Baz will be fine in game 2, but I think I want to go Lofton in game 2 just to mix up left, right a little bit. So Corbin Burns against Adam Macko in game 1 in Seattle goes to the Nationals, and we lose Wanderson Charles. God damn it. All right. I don't think we can make any changes, can we? Can we? Can we put Cavalli on the? I guess we can. Okay. So, what do we do? Veras is hot. I think we make him the closer. And we'll make Bennett setup / middle relief, I think. All right. So let's look. We went 2-1. We scored 2 runs in the 8th inning on a pinch hit home run by Errol Vera. Are you kidding me? The 27-year-old rookie getting it done. Burns gets knocked out after 4 2/3, but the bullpen comes in and does their job, and we take a 1-0 series lead in the World Series. Game 2, Bradley Lofton against Paul Dominguez Walker. Wonder if he's any relation to regular Paul Walker. Actually, it's going to be Ryan Vanderhee in Game 2. Series is tied at 1. We lose 5-2, but at least we get Vanderhee out of the way before bringing it back home. Yeah, he was really good. Lofton wasn't great. Shores gets the loss. But that means we have Shane Baz going at home in Game 3. Baz, Jansen, Burns at home, which I'm okay with. Shane Baz against Emerson Hancock goes to the Mariners 10-1. Shane Baz gets absolutely trucked. An inning and 2/3, 5 runs, nothing good to look at here. We are down 2-1, and we lose home field advantage. We need Miles Jansen to come up huge here in Game 4 at home. He does not. We lose 5-4. Oh, well, actually, he was really good. We blew it in the 9th. We blew it in the 9th, and that's what happens when you lose your closer. Jansen, 7 innings of 1-run ball. Veras came in to close it out, walked 2, gave up 4 runs, and we have to win 3 straight games against a 100-win team in order to win our first World Series. So Adam Macko against Corbin Burns as we look to force a Game 6, and we do. We win 15-4. Villalobos 3 for 5, 5 RBIs. Romo 2 for 3, 4 RBIs. Burns is solid. So we got to get through Vanderhee in Game 6. So this is going to be the tough one. If we can win this game, I feel like we have a shot in Game 7. But I don't know that we're going to be able to win this game. So we will see. So who is starting for us? Lofton's the guy I want starting. I don't think there are any changes we need to make. I think we just run with it. So it's Bradley Lofton against Ryan Vanderhee in Game 6. Keep our fingers crossed. 3-2-1, and we lose in Game 6. Yep, not a surprise. Vanderhee is. Lofton was fine, but the bullpen blew it. Munoz and Hill was not good. So we lose in the World Series. We make our first World Series. Again, it's progress. 97 wins last season, 93 wins this season, but we win. We win the National League. We make it to the World Series, and we have a critically important offseason that we're going to be taking a look at here in a minute. CJ Abrams is a free agent. We need to figure out what to do with him. Hopefully there's a happy medium someplace, and we can get him locked down. All right, so anything happen? Season goals, new budget is $200 million. So we've got $45 million for free agents, 40 for extensions, but that doesn't count a lot of these guys. So we're going to offer a qualifying offer to Abrams. I would like to bring Charles back, but I'm not going to offer him a qualifying offer, of course. The rest of this stuff we're going to take a look at in just a second, guys. I will be right back. All right, we're back. And before we take a look at CJ Abrams, we got a lot of ways we can save some money. You can see we got a lot of fairly large arbitration numbers, and most of them are players we want to keep, so we can offer arbitration numbers to them. Like, I want to keep Cantillo. Like, I think he's got value as a depth arm, and we've got the money now to do it. So, I gotta back up. Sorry. I pushed myself in too far. I'm all squished. I'm an expert content creator, guys. You know that. So Cantillo's not interested in talking to us. That's fine. Lofton only wants one. So Cantillo will be back, and it will likely be for the 2.2 that we are offering. Zach Bennett was really good, so we want to bring him back. So this is going to save us a few $100,000 with some of these cheaper players, but someone like Dylan Cruz who wants 11, we can probably save $500,000 or something like that if we offer him a quote unquote extension. So he wants 2.7. We offer him 2.6. We can, so we save $130,000 there. Figueroa, when he comes back, he's going to be quite good, or important, I should say. So offer him 1.1. Garrett Hill was really good. He wants 2.8. We should be offered 2.65. And every penny that we save here is a penny that we can invest elsewhere, right? Ray Kerr wasn't as good this season. I think, well, yeah, we're definitely not going to keep Munoz. So he wants 2.4. So will he take 2.3? He will. So let's get through all the people we know we want to keep. Davis Crane, obviously, we're going to keep 1.8. I love 50 home runs for $1.8 million. I'm all about that. Dylan Cruz wants 11.4. And he still just wants the 1 year. And I guess I'm okay going year by year with him. So he wants 11.4. So can we offer him like 10.65? No. 10.8. 10.9. Okay. 10.9. So we save $500K, just like I thought. All right. So we've got Kerr, Munoz, and Armstrong. I'm not going to keep either of them. Let's see if we can trade either of them and bring back. I don't know what we're going to bring back. Something that might be able to help us. Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of names. I don't really know what I'm looking for. But we'll see what's Andre Lara never worked out. Dylan Lesko. He's out for 6 months with a shoulder injury. I mean, type of player I like. Good stuff, good movement, couple good pitches, good stamina. Was really, really good for the Cubs last season before his injury. That's an option. Brady Neal. We don't really need a catcher. If we get Lesko and Neal, that might be a pretty good deal. Jay Melendez again. We don't really need a catcher. We don't need a catcher. There is no really in there. We just don't need a catcher. Gregory Santos is he's making a lot of money. Tristan Smith, no. I mean, can we get Lesko and Neal? Would that work? Let's try this. Yeah, I don't want to give you any of those players, so let's just see if you'll take it like this. I mean, that feels like a really good deal to me. And then it just comes down to Kerr. What do we want to do with Kerr? He's 35 years old. I think his velocity is starting to drop, so I think we non-tender. I bet we can get him cheaper down the road. So we'll see what happens with Munoz and Crow. That'll clear up another $10 million. Now let's talk to CJ again. All right. So he's back to being happy with us. So if we do 6 years, his overall has been up and down. Contact is back up to a 70. Is that what that said? His contact back up to a 70. All right. Feel a whole lot better with him with his contact at a 70 than I do with his contact at a 65. I don't know why, but I just do. That's fair. Come on, man. 7 years. That's a lot of years. '21, 23, 25, 25, 23, 23, 21. Player opt out after the 4th season. I mean, I think I'm okay with this because if he puts up 4 good years, he'll opt out, and then we can let him go. Can we make these team options? Will he take them at team options with like a $3 million buyout? He won't. Okay. So that's fine. 21, 23, 25, 25, 23, 23, 21. All right. All right. We're going to offer it. It's a 7-year, $161 million contract. If he plays, we're banking on him playing well in over those 4 years and then opting out of the contract. That's what we're banking on. No, I got to take Charles off there, Mullinax, and Figueroa. Yeah, I'm really excited about the free agents this season. I feel like we've got some money and we've got a handful of really good players. I may take some of that money and dump it into scouting and development. All right, so you're willing to make this deal if we give you a somewhat decent. You want Geronimo Bartolini? Fine, you can have him. Prospects. He's 2 stars. All right. Because if we pick up Neal, then we don't have to worry about re-signing Susac. Lesko is out, but he'll slot into kind of that swingman role. So that feels like a pretty good deal. So we'll just keep simming along. Yeah, and we got to do something about our minor league system. We only have 2 prospects in the top 100. We're still almost. All right, so Cruz signs his extension. We get a fan interest bump. Mullinax, Figueroa, we're still almost. All right. Martin Gonzalez, no. Garrett Hill, no. Sherman Critch, sure. I think I'm okay with that. I think. All right. So, yeah, we get fan interest bump for Dylan Cruz. So that puts us at 84 right now. Let's bump our ticket prices up $1. And I don't want to put any money into scouting and development yet. I want to see where we stand in terms of extension money and see who's actually available as free agents. Because I might want to just dump all that money into a free agent. But if we can't get anybody, like if the demands are too much, then we may just leave it we may just put it all into scouting and development and max that out this year. Oh, come on with the almost. He's a captain. You want Jimmy Higgins? You can have Jimmy Higgins. Stop this. Let's just make this happen, guys. Still no answer on Abrams, right? Yeah, still nothing on Abrams. Gold Gloves in the American League. You can see the Mariners won 4 of them. In the National League, Romo wins his second straight. Mullinax wins it out and right. And he's turned into an average player, which is a little disappointing. But, hey, league average players, they're important. They're important to the success of your team. John Olzak is your reliever of the year in the AL, and Camilo Doval in the National League. Charles finishes 3rd. Should be getting an answer from the Cubs here any day now. Hopefully getting an answer from, there we go. We get all of our news on the same day. So C.J. Abrams signs a 7-year, $161 million extension, 4 years, a player opt-out, then $23 million, and then he's got 2 player options. This could get ugly, but I'm very comfortable with this. Fan interest bump it increases even more, so we're up to an 86 now. Chicago accepted the deal, so we will go ahead and complete the trade. Slight loss for Pete Crow Armstrong, but that gives us another $10 million or something. Lesko and Neal both need to go on the big league roster. Yeah, so that should give us about $30 million. Yeah, $33 million for free agents, 30 for extensions. Fan interest is up to an 85. We should be able to get that close to 100 this offseason if we can make a couple of decent additions here. All right, well, it's been a pretty good start to the offseason. We made the World Series. I'm incredibly happy about that. Slade Caldwell wins the Rookie of the Year. In the National League, it's Jimmy Wright, 10-5. Dan McDaniel finishes 2nd. Expect bigger things out of him this year once that contact peaks at a 70. So we're getting there. We're getting there, guys. It's slow going. Mark Pryor wins another Manager of the Year. So yeah, let's just quickly look at the team history just to kind of get a grasp on where we are. So we started here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We just finished our 8th season. We've made the playoffs the last 4 seasons. We've won the last 2 division crowns, and we made the World Series here in 2029. So it's going in the right direction. As long as we can withstand injuries, I think we're going to be good. We've got a good combination of contact and power. We could use a leadoff hitter because it's not really Royce Lewis, regardless of what his ratings suggest. And that's another thing. We may need to, because the game picked up the option on Royce Lewis because I didn't answer the question at the beginning. I mean, I'm just going to pick it up because I wanted to make sure that we would have somebody to play that role. So we are, we're just gonna put Mullinax in there. We really don't need anything from an offensive perspective unless we make the decision to move on from Royce Lewis, and a lot of that's gonna have to do with whether or not what's his name is a free agent from Arizona, whether or not Jordan Lawler is a free agent, and he hasn't signed a contract yet. So we'll see what his contract demand is. But if we can move Lewis and pick up Lawler, put him at shortstop, put C.J. Abrams at 2nd, we're set. We are set. but we still don't really have a leadoff hitter, and that could be something we look to address. Like, I don't think Robert. I'm going to continue to look at this and see if he ever changes his mind here, because if we can move him, we will. 100%. If I can move Luis Robert, I will. Because we need an actual leadoff hitter. Right now, Lewis is our leadoff hitter. He did put up, I mean, to be fair, he's put up at least a 350 on base percentage every single year with us, but the ratings say he's not a leadoff hitter. So I don't know if we go by stats or if we go by just the ratings. I don't know. Josh Cooper is your pitcher of the year in the American League, 311 strikeouts. Adrian Morejon in the National League. Burns finishes second, 12-4 with a 3.33 KBO. Anybody interesting? We got a lot of money, so I mean, I'm looking forward to what we can do here in the offseason. $30 million for us is a ton. We can either sign one giant name, maybe go after Vanderhey and pair him up with Baz and Burns, or maybe we replace Baz with Vanderhey and then we still have money. So Wes Kath wins the MVP, 62 home runs, and Rockwell Liebert for the Rockies, back-to-back 185 RBIs. For Liebert. Holy crap. We had Romo finish in the top 10. So, all right. I think we're set, right? The only thing we have left is the ARB issue with Joey Cantillo. So let's go ahead and sim up to that. All right. So we are at salary arbitration. We're going to get to free agency. And I got to pause again. You guys know how I roll, right? Trying to do this while I work. Oh wow! So they were in favor of him, which is a bit of a surprise. So that means we have about 400 grand less than we thought we did, which isn't going to be a huge issue. But all right, so free agents, and we're going to pause here. I'm not even going to look at it. We will come back in a minute, and we will get through the off season. So I'll be right back. All right, we're back. And I don't know how long I'm going to be back for. This video may take a couple of days to record, but I am back. So let's take a look at the international free agents. See if there's anybody any good. Decent mid-card starter. Young guy who's already signed with the A's. I did sort of cheat and look at the prospect or the free agency list, and there's some names. There are some names. So let's first of all, let's look here. We have $37 million for extensions, 37 million for extensions, 47 or 46 for extensions. We could dump some of that into scouting and development. We could potentially. So let me show you the free agents first. So there are some huge names. You can see Wes Kath is on there. He wants $38 million. He's fragile. He's the reigning MVP. He is one of the best players in the game. He's in his prime. You've got Christian Gonzalez, who came from Austin or Miami, as another solid bat. You've got Jordan Lawler, who was kind of the guy we were thinking about, making him our starting second baseman. You've got Josh Lowe, very good center fielder. Matty Olson, Jose Ramirez. If we're looking for a shorter term option, we could go with a Jose Ramirez instead. He would immediately be our leadoff hitter. That might not be a bad option. And then on the pitcher side, you've got Vanderhey. Wants $34 million, which is fair. We could potentially, if we traded both Shane Baz and Royce Smith, or Royce Lewis rather, if we traded them both, we could potentially sign both Lawler and Vanderhey, or we could sign Ramirez and Vanderhey, and we would just have to figure out second base at that point. So there are two options. So I think first and foremost, we have to sim ahead today because I did some messing around with the trade block and it didn't really accomplish much. So first things first. And I think Vanderhey is that move. Because I think if we go into next year with Burns, Vanderhey, I would love to keep Baz, but if we can go into next year with Burns, Vanderhey, Lofton as our top three, I mean, we could put Estes as our 4, Jansen as our 5. I mean, anybody, any of these guys played well. Played well enough to be that starter. I think I want to go for pitching. I think I want to go after Vanderhey. The 28-year-old is prime of his career. Let's see what he wants. So 8 years. I'm not giving up. I'm not doing 8 years for a 28-year-old pitcher. I will do 5 with an opt-out after 3. Let's do. I can't imagine that he would take this, but I suppose. Yeah, he wants 8 years. I don't know that I want to give him 8 years. Yeah, Grayson Rodriguez, who's not as good, but there's no compensation. But is that really an upgrade? Like, if we're going to sign Rodriguez, we may as well just keep Shane Baz. Oviedo, extreme ground ball guy, listed as a starter. He's not a starter. Same thing with Workman. He's a reliever. All right, let's look at batters. Oh, God. What does Lawler want? Again, can we get him for 5? Is anybody talking to either of them? Philadelphia and Philadelphia. Shoot. I can't give him 8 years. Give him 6. Make this 35. Make this 32.5. Make this 32.5. Make this 30. Make this 28. Make this 26. Ah! Kath is too much. Six years with an opt-out after 3. That's so much money for a 34-year-old pitcher, but I feel like it's worth it. Especially given that Burns is going to be off the books. Okay. 30, 30, 35, and then an opt-out, and then 3 years at 32. So let's sim ahead a couple of days and see what we get. Because if I can sign him, I can then trade Baz, and then I can turn my attention to Lawler. Ugh. Okay, he favors the offer. Going day by day here to see what we see, to see what we get. Lawler's still there. Trade proposal. Justin Miller. No, I'm good. All right, so this is good. This is good. We got Hall of Fame voting, so we'll run through this really quickly. We'll vote for Cano. He's likely to get in just based off of where he is after 2 years. Vote for Colon. He's getting close. Encarnacion, Gray, Hamels. I'll vote for Cole Hamels. Vote for King Felix. Kershaw, yes. Lester, yes. Longoria, no. Molina, yes. K-Rod, no. Sale, yes. Man, Steven Strasburg, that is just too bad. Votto, yes, for sure. And Wainwright, we'll vote for them. All right. Let's keep our fingers crossed, guys. Our big picture goal is Vanderhey and Jordan Lawler. That's what we're shooting for here. Lawler's still there. If we get into a bidding war for either one of them, though, we're not going to be able to sign them. Like, we can sign one of them if we get into a bidding war. Wait a couple of days here and then. Nice. So we sign Ryan Vanderhey. So we pick up a new ace to go right along Corbin Burns. That is awesome. So let's now go in here and see what we can flip Baz for. Really, not a single prospect, huh? What if I retain and then back off? Adrian Hernandez looks like a decent player. 3.8 million. Case Williams. His contract is up after this year. Oof, he looks good. Yeah, it's weird. No prospects, huh? So we have to retain it all. Is there an issue with... I'm going to pretend not to look. I have a feeling I'm seeing some bugs with salaries. That's a concern of mine. Yeah, nobody has any money. I want to look at something. I am terrified that this is going to be an issue. So if we go to, where am I going? Financials. Where are the financials? That doesn't help me. That's not where I wanted to go. So let's go here. Expenses. They don't have any money into scouting and development. Draft. Yeah, they're not putting money into... Yeah, this was, I think, what the issue was before, is that they were putting all of their money into drafts. So the Braves have put a lot into that. Austin has. Yeah, I mean, they're putting a lot into it, but not an unreasonable amount. Yeah. All right. Well, it is what it is. All right. So we now need to try to trade Shane Baz. And I don't know how we're going to be able to do that since nobody has any money. Jays, Rangers, Rays. Yeah, this is a little disconcerting that nobody has any money. Son of a bitch. I want to see something. I want to see if this is a teams don't have any money because they've got a lot of money that they are offering to free agents. And if that's the case, fine. But if this is a financial bug again, I'm going to freak out. Well, let's sim ahead a day because we signed Vanderhey, so maybe some of that money will come back into play for some of these teams that maybe had offers into them. So let's talk again. Let's offer him. And nobody has any money. Nobody has any money. So what I want to do is I want to come in here. I want to go to commissioner mode, and I want to take a look. Can I look at, if I go to free agents, yeah, this is just pending offers from me. What if I look at, can I do it this way? Yeah, it's just pending offers from me. So it looks like Kath signed. Where did Wes Kath sign? The Angels. Okay. That's not a bad contract, actually. It's long, but it's not a bad contract. So I think I would have to take over another team, right? And if I do that, it's going to jack everything up. We're just going to sim ahead. We're just going to see if we can sort this out. I mean, players are being signed. Westcath just signed, so I'm not, too terribly worried about it. But I need the money. I need the money. So if I don't know how this is going to work. That's the problem. Maybe let's just sim ahead a week, and then maybe people will have some money, and we can do something with it there. All right. Hang on just a second. I'm going to reply to him in email. Sorry. All right. Yeah, fan interest up to a 94 now. This should see a bump in ticket prices. I really want to be able to trade Shane Baz. Has anything changed? There we go. Okay, so something changed. All right, perfect. So I feel better now. I feel better now about this. Still no prospects, but we can move Baz literally just to clear salary and get, we can pick up. I saw there were a couple of, we got Manuel Urias, we've got Weidel. Neither of them are particularly good, but again, this is about clearing the salary space. So what about Royce Lewis? So some teams have money. Not a lot, but some teams have money. So what if we retained a little bit? Does that change things? It does. Okay. And again, the problem with this retention is that it doesn't help us with what we need, which is the money to sign one of these players, to sign to go after Jordan Lawler. Lawler's still available, right? No, he's gone. Damn, who'd he sign with? Phillies. Yeah, it's a huge contract. I wasn't going 8 years at 248 million. So the Phillies get their man. That's fine. So maybe that means Jose Ramirez is gone too. Shoot. Who'd he sign with? The Red Sox? $23 million. That's a really good deal. I would have taken that in a heartbeat. All right, so what's left? Zach Veen. I mean, we could go after a Christian Gonzalez to be our leadoff hitter. I mean, that would be nuts, but we could do it. We could bring back Jung-Hoo Lee. Wants $9 million. Been a 2-WAR player. There's K-Bear. Now a free agent, only asking for $6 million. So I still feel like we should be trading Shane Baz. But maybe that's now a mid-season thing. Maybe we're Burns, Vanderhey, Baz, Lofton. And we keep our lineup the way it is. He's still not willing to waive his no-trade clause. And maybe we just take the remainder of our money and we put it into scout. I don't want to. I mean, I guess I'm okay with it, but I feel like Baz got a player option for next season. I mean, he's put together 2 really good seasons. I think we keep him. And we just stick with Vanderhey as our main free agent signing this season. If we go to AAA, where is... Oh, hell. You know what I forgot to do? I forgot to offer all my minor leaguers free agents, or all my minor leaguers, my minor league players contracts. So they're all free agents now. Damn it. Let's just go through and offer minor league contracts to anybody who will take them. Well, that sucks. That's all right. Most of these guys will probably be free agents once we get to spring training, and I'll be able to offer a bunch of them up, like Will Matusak. We traded him to Oakland. Now he's a free agent. Only wants $1.1 million. He's good defensively. We need a backup shortstop. And the bat's not particularly good, but, you know, it's probably good enough to be a backup middle infielder. Let's wait a little while, though. Let's just get up to the winter meetings and see if maybe that changes things from a team interest perspective. You know, maybe because Christian Gonzalez signed with one of the Chicago teams. I don't know if it was the Cubs or the Yankees, or the Cubs of the Yankees, the Cubs of the White Sox. Veen signs with either the Dodgers or the Angels. So I like this. So we win we make it to the World Series, and our big offseason acquisition is Ryan Vanderhey, who will ultimately replace Corbin Burns. My guess is that Burns opts out next season. We can let's talk to him right now. Let's go 3 years, 2-team options at $30 million for all three, not $3 million. Let's just do that. He doesn't want play. He doesn't want options. All right. So we don't have to worry about it right now. We got him through the year. We'll see how it goes. Yeah, Lewis and Baz. Oh, Dylan Cruz's contract is up too. We had some contracts that are up here, guys. Next year is going to be very interesting. What does Dylan Cruz want? He wants 3 years at $25 million. I got to get out of commissioner mode. Get out of commissioner mode. All right, who's on the trade block? MJ Melendez, somebody we don't need. Klaus Alexander Johnson. He's a starter. Why is he listed as a reliever? No player that makes that work, huh? I find that hard to believe, fellas. Just kind of throwing people in there to see what they say. Yeah, okay, so they're just not interested. All right, that's fine. Stupid winter meetings. When trading is on hard, the winter meetings are useless. So Bobby Witt Jr., that was the contract that we probably should have signed last season or 2 seasons ago rather than Luis Robert. But it is what it is. It's fine. $7 million for free agents, 15 for extensions. I feel like just putting it into scouting and development. Let's get up to the Rule 5 and go from there. So I tried, right? But the teams that already had, I think if I had traded both Baz and Royce Lewis during arbitration, I think I would have been able to sign Lawler and Vanderhey. I think. Because the teams had money during arbitration. I mean, they had money now. They just had it earmarked for other players. So I feel like I probably could have. So Kath signed with the Angels. So I feel like I probably could have if I had made the moves prior to free agency. And I didn't really want to do that. So yeah, revenue per game up 18%. Yeah, we're already up to $27 million for extensions, so that's huge. All right, let's look at our players eligible for the Rule 5. Cantillo will go on the 40-man. Bishop will go on the 40-man, and I don't really care about anybody else. Yeah. All right, so let's look at the Rule 5. Oh, wow. Villalobos is up to 4 stars, even though he's 36. That's going to be a position of need here really soon, too. I mean, he is 36 years old. So, let's look at the Rule 5. We're picking 27th. Let's just get to our pick, and then we'll go from there. All right, so we don't really need any pitchers. We don't really need anything. But if there's somebody here, I would be foolish not to take them, like this guy. Will Gasparino, the number 25 prospect in baseball. I'm going to take him and then trade him. I have no shame. I'm going to take him, and I'm going to trade him. A second baseman with 70 potential power. And he's not nearly ready, which is a shame, because I would have leapt all over that. Butch Cartmel, no. He looks fine, but I just don't have a spot for him. Yeah, I think that might be it. Just take the number 25 prospect in baseball and then turn around and flip him. I think that's the plan. Yep. Go ahead and autocomplete. And let's go ahead and flip said prospect. Let's just do this. Said we needed a third baseman. There is a third baseman. Not going for a lot of power. It's high contact, high gap power. Looks like Wade Boggs, actually. Although the eye discipline would be up here with Wade Boggs. But he's a pretty good third baseman, 23 years old. Jose Bonilla. Irving Carter. Stuart Puckett. Is any relation to Kirby? Chris Anderson. He looks pretty okay. 20-year-old in rookie ball, though. Well, I guess that's not that unreasonable. Yeah, let's take a shot at Chris Anderson. Any other prospects you want to give me? I know you feel unequivocally that that's a bad deal, but it is what it is. I don't care. I think it's a good deal. Vega. I'm fine with that. And just trade him. All right. So, all right. So I'm going to pause. I'm going to go ahead and sim ahead to free agency. And when we come, or to free agency, the start of the season, we'll go through any changes I've made, and we'll play the opening day, and we'll call it an episode. Be right back. All right, guys, we're back, and it is indeed the next day. It is March 25th, and not a whole lot happened between when we spoke last and now. I made one minor deal, and I signed one minor free agent. So we picked up Joe Gatto, 34-year-old from Oakland, for like nothing, which Chase Mobley, half star, 1.5 star. At 23, he's never going to fully develop. So we pick up Joe Gatto, 34-year-old extreme ground baller. It's the type pitcher you guys know I love. Has the stamina to be a starter if we need him to be. Wasn't very good in Oakland as a starter, so we'll probably keep him in the bullpen, but we added him. And then we signed Will Matusak to a 1-year, $1 million contract to be our backup middle infielder. And that is everything we did. I kept looking for deals for Gasparino, and I just couldn't find one that I was happy with. There are plenty of offers for him, but nothing that really kind of knocked my socks off. Pittsburgh had a couple of decent offers. You can see there's some young names in here. Some of them are pretty good. A lot of 1-star, really young talent. But nothing that really made me say, I have to do this. Pittsburgh was probably the single biggest one. They had that second baseman that we were looking at last time. In fact, this list looks a little different than it did when I looked at it before. Esteban Magayan. Could I get... There was him, and then there was a second baseman, Anderson. Yeah, I was thinking if I could get them both, I would, but, I don't want to give up any of these guys. So, Anderson was the big one. This is one that they've offered us a couple of times now. Range error. He's a second baseman. Can potentially play the outfield, but Gasparino's bad. He's 25 though. That's the thing. Is he actually going to develop, or am I just holding on to him with the hope that he's going to develop, and then the ratings drop to 45, 55, 50, 45, 50, and that's what he is. That's kind of my fear. But we got him for free, so we may as well just hold on to him and see what we can do. We're ready to go. We got a couple days till opening day. We have 35 players in our big league roster. We got to cut that down. We have 19 pitchers. So we got to send 6 pitchers down. Green, Clemmer, Woodward. I can't send Green. I got to cut him. Fine. I don't care. Jax Bishop can go down. So we're at 15. We still got to send 2 pitchers down. We have a really good pitching staff. Can we get anything for Cantillo? I don't know. I got to sim ahead of day. Yeah, we got a lot of decent pitchers. The game wants Neeby as our closer. I don't know if I'm comfortable with that, but we'll see how it goes. I may have him as closer and then go with like Figueroa and Brule as my kind of setup / high leverage guys, but haven't gotten that far yet. We still have to send 2 pitchers to the minor leagues. I mean, I've DFA'd Cantillo like 3 times and nobody has picked him up, so I can't imagine anybody's gonna want him, but we will see. Jorge Montes, 26-year-old infielder. The bat looks okay. Could play anywhere on the infield. He's making the league minimum. I mean, I don't know that he's ever going to be anything elite, but I mean, I like the versatility. I mean, he could be, on our team right now playing. Yeah, I'm going to make this deal. All right, so we have to send 1 more pitcher to the minors. Who's it gonna be? I mean, Gatto makes the most sense. Yeah. All right. So there's our 13 pitchers. I mean, Estes has been. I think we'll start with Estes in the bullpen and run with a 5-man rotation: Burns, Vanderhey, Baz, Lofton, Jansen. All right. So Neeby is our closer. Okay. All right. Well, we'll see how it goes. Brule will be set up / high leverage, and Figueroa will be set up / high leverage. Veras will be middle relief, use more. And you know what? No, I'm going to do this the other way. He's going to be set up. Figueroa is going to be middle relief, use more often, high leverage. Yeah, that works. Shores and Bennett. Estes is going to be long relief. Shores will be middle relief. Extreme ground ball, extreme ground ball. Shores, middle relief, setup. And we'll start use more often. And then he will be, we'll leave it like that. Middle relief there. And emergency starting pitcher there. So Burns, Vanderhey. I think Vanderhey is the better pitcher, but Burns is our ace still, so he's going to be our starting pitcher, our opening day starter. Vanderhey, Baz, Lofton, and Jansen. So that puts us at 29. So we're going to send a couple players down. Banfield will go down if we can. We can't. We're going to have to waive him. It's fine, I guess. I don't want to waive him, but I will. Ty Pete can go down. So that puts us at 27. Yeah, Montes, I think, has to be on the 40-man, but he'll go there. He'll probably be that first guy we call because he can play everywhere. We will likely call him up really soon. So I'm going to have to send one of these guys to the minor leagues. And it's got to be Mo Hampton. I don't want to send Hampton down because he's so... Yeah, that's what I was afraid of. I mean, I'm going to DFA him. Problem is he's so good defensively. We need that. I don't think I have another player in my system right now who is capable of playing outfield like Mo Hampton. Yeah, I don't. Jamie Carr? I mean, I guess Jamie Carr's the same player. I mean, he's going to hit for, not going to hit for as much power, but, everything else should be better. So I think I'm okay. Yeah, I think we're okay DFAing Mo Hampton. He's probably not going to get picked up by anybody. So, all right, so that gives us 26. So let's take a look at the lineups. And let's set our lineup. And again, we're going to have an issue at leadoff hitter because we don't really have a leadoff hitter. Abram's going to be our number 3. Cruz is going to be a number 4. I think we go Robert number 2. We will move Davis Crane into the number 5 spot this year. Oh, Villalobos a lefty too. Right. 60-60. Maybe. You know what? Here's an idea. Yeah, I was thinking about Villalobos leadoff. Like, Errol Vera is probably our best leadoff hitter with his batting eye and his and his avoid K. But we're gonna go with what worked for us last year, Lewis Robert, and he's not that. I mean, the bat is not there, but he's put up a 350 on base percentage the last 3 seasons, so I can't really argue with the results. So we're gonna do this: switch Crane and Villalobos. Villalobos will bat 7th. McDaniel, I guess McDaniel bats 8th. I mean, he's got a really good bat against righties, though. I think we do this. Mullinax and right, McDaniel the DH. I think we do that. Yeah, Mullinix's bat has fallen off. That's a shame. Let's do this. McDaniel is our DH against righties. The contact alone, along with the avoid K, I mean, if he hits 300, then his on-base percentage is going to be, 330, 340, and I can live with that, I guess. All right, let's copy the lineup. We'll have to make some changes against lefties, of course, but that's fine. Paste the lineup. We'll move Lewis into that top spot. And then against lefties, McDaniel's not 50, 60. He's fine against lefties. He's not great, but he's fine. Crane against lefties, same thing. He's fine. I don't know that we're going to make many changes. We might set it up so Vera plays a little more against lefties. Yeah, we will do this. He'll play a couple times a week against lefties. And he'll be that backup DH as well every 3rd game. So, yeah. I wish there was a way to set this up where I could say when Vera plays, I want him batting leadoff. And I want to switch him and Lewis. But it is what it is. All right, so we go with this. And let's just do when the starter's tired. When the starter's tired. All right. So let's get to opening day. And while we do that, I'm going to take a quick pause. Be right back. All right. Sorry about that. Last time, I promise. Let's take a quick look at the waiver wire. I don't suspect that we're going to make a move there, but we might. Fabricio Valera. Nope. If his eye and discipline was actually a 70 and not just the potential, that might be something I do because, again, we do need a leadoff hitter, but I think that might be a problem for next offseason. Extreme ground ball guys. I love me some extreme ground ball pitchers. Let's take a look at really quickly at the upcoming free agents. We're not going to need any pitchers. Wow. Okay. There are some bats. And they're all. Oh, I'll trade Dylan. Oh, I offered Dylan Cruz a contract, by the way. I'm waiting on him. That's the big thing. That is the big thing. I'm waiting on him to sign his contract. We will need a leadoff hitter. None of these guys look to be maybe someone like Urias. He's not as good defensively as Royce Lewis, but the eye, we could put him in the leadoff spot. I mean, I'd love to bring in Bogarts. I mean, he's 37, so I don't know how many good years he has left, but I mean, playing him leadoff, sticking him at DH and batting him leadoff, sure. I mean, I could get behind that. And he's also good enough defensively that he can still play third base. So maybe that's an option. Not that we have a ton of money right now. I mean, we got $24 million. Did Cruz not... Did he come back to us and say that contract didn't work? Oh, I haven't submitted it. That's the problem. You can see right here, 21, 25, 26, 25 for Dylan Cruz. It'll take him until he's 32 years old, which I'm fine with. It's a 4-year, $97 million contract for Cruz. Now we don't have any money. There we go. We got about $3 million for free agents, about 4.4 for extensions. Hopefully both of those numbers increase as we get through the season if we continue to play well. And we're taking on the Atlanta Braves. Let's look at the Atlanta Braves. So we're going McDaniel, Robert, Abrams, Cruz, Crane, Romo, Villalobos, Mullinax, Lewis, with Corbin Burns, who was 12-4, finished second in the Cy Young Award last year, is our opening day starter. They've got Acuna, Willie Vasquez, Turner, Acuna, Jackson McKenzie, Michael Harris, who's really good, Will Taylor, Gavin Sheets, Brooks Wright, and Cole Henry, who was a reliever. No, he was 10-6 last year between New York and Atlanta. So let's get to opening day and see if we can start this season 1-0. 4 straight playoff appearances for us, including our first World Series a year ago. Hopefully we can win our first World Series this season. So get a ground out and a strikeout to get things going. CJ Abrams. So we go 1-2-3 in the first. Ground ball back to the pitcher. Leadoff infield single. Fly ball to right. Catch is made out there. Ground ball back up the middle. And that's an E6. So they got 2 on. Fly ball to center field. 2 away. Runner goes to third, and he's thrown out at third base. So nice job out in center by Luis Robert. So we give up a hit and an error, but don't give up a run. Cruz walks. Davis Crane. Fly ball. Looks like it's going to stay in the park. Yeah, to the wall. It's going to be a gapper for whoever that was. I don't even know. I can't. It's moving too quickly for me. Villalobos strikes out, and Mullinax walks. So the bases are loaded for Royce Lewis, and he strikes out. So we get second and third with 1 out, and we're not able to do anything with it. That's a shame. Harris is going to pick up a 1-out double for the Braves. Taylor pops up to the second baseman. And Gavin Sheets, ground ball to short, and that retires the side. So we threatened last inning and couldn't score. Back up to the top of the order, Dan McDaniel. Can of corn to center field, Luis Robert. Lazy fly ball to left, and CJ Abrams strikes out. So pitcher's duel here early on in Atlanta. Brooks Wright grounds to the second baseman. Acuna pops out. I'm going to shut that off. And Vasquez strikes out. So no score through 3. Dylan Cruz leads off. Should be an infield single. Yep, infield single for Cruz. Davis Crane flew out last time. Davis Crane flies out again. Almost the same exact play. Fly ball to center. 2 away. And Villalobos. That one's not staying in the park. 2-run homer to right for Juan Villalobos, his first of the year, and we jump out in front 2-0. Mullinax ball 4. Royce Lewis grounds out to second base, but we get on the board. Trey Turner grounds to short. Acuna strikes out, and McKenzie draws a 4-pitch walk. Harris with a base hit to left, so he's 2 for 2. 0-2 to Taylor, called strike 3. So 4 shutout innings for Burns so far. McDaniel leading off. Lines out to right. Robert flies out to right. Yeah, it's going to stay in the park. And Abrams flies out to center. So 3 fly ball outs. Go to the bottom of the 5th, still up 2-0. Gavin Sheets leads off. He strikes out. Right. He strikes out. And Acuna. That's Luis Angel Acuna, not Ronald Acuna. So 1-2-3 5th. Go to the 6th. Still a 2-0 game. Cruz with a fly ball to left center. It's going to hook back to the left fielder for an out. Crane, 3-2 pitch on him. Strikeout. and Drew Romo. Grounds to the second baseman. So we go 1, 2, 3 in the 6th. Vasquez leads off. Grounds out to Crane. Trey Turner. Give me a 1-out base hit for him. Tries to steal second. Romo throws him out. There's another 1, 2, 3 inning. Go to the 7th. Still 2-0. Villalobos. Line drive to right. 1 out. Mullinax. He strikes out. And Royce Lewis strikes out. So we go to the, or doesn't strike out, grounds out. We go to the stretch up 2-0. Figueroa comes in. So we get 6 shutout innings from Corbin Burnes on opening day. Turn it over to the bullpen for the final 3. Figueroa goes 1, 2, 3 in the 7th. Go to the 8th. Nick Mears against McDaniel, who strikes out. Robert's 0 for 3. He's now 0 for 4. Abrams 0 for 3. The full count pitch is a walk. There's a strikeout to end the inning. So bottom of the 8th. Ground ball to third. It's 1 out. Right now, grounds to the pitcher. 2 outs. And Luis Angel Acuna strikes out. So Figueroa gives us 2 shutout. We go to the 9th, up by 2. Be nice to pick up an insurance run here in the 9th, but it doesn't look like that's going to happen. Crane grounds out. Romo flies out. And Villalobos. Well, maybe it is going to happen. It is going to happen. Juan Villalobos, 2 hits in this game. All 3 runs knocked in. A couple of home runs for the 37-year-old third baseman. We pick up that insurance run. We're up 3-0. We go to the 9th, and that will bring in Neebe. Fly ball to center, over the head of the center fielder, so they're going to have a double. Yeah, leadoff double. Trey Turner grounds to short. 1 out. Acuna draws a walk. McKenzie draws a walk. Come on. Harris with a fly ball to center. Catch is made out there. The run does not come home to score. And there's the final out of the inning. So Neebe made it interesting, but we end up shutting out the Braves on opening day 3-1. Juan Villalobos 2 for 4 with 3 runs knocked in. He's the offensive star. Corbin Burnes 6 shutout innings, striking out 6. Figueroa pitched 2 perfect innings. Neebe came in to get the save, and we improved to 1-0 on opening day. So that's going to do it for this episode, guys. When we come back, it'll be May 1st, and we will continue on as we try to win our first World Series with the Nationals. Appreciate you watching, guys, and we'll talk to everybody soon. Bye-bye.